get this low mileage lease on this 2022 Terrain SLE for around $249 per
Ooh, I
month.
could even really just excuse
Professional
me.
grade GMC.
So, um, what's up, y'all?
Buttermilk ranch. It's the perfect comfort food. Pillow sold separately. Chicken bacon ranch loaded fries. Only his Zaxby's.
I'm not feeling good. Oh my god. So yesterday I had a couple errands to run, right? I think it was yesterday, day before.
It's the perfect comfort
And
food. Pillow sold separately.
yeah,
Chicken
I
bacon
went out in
ranch
the
loaded
rain
fries.
and
Only his
got up under
Zaxby's.
the fan and kaboom. Like my throat started itching. Maybe like I think I went out. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. I went out. And yesterday I started feeling sick. Um yeah, out in the rain, girl. Out in the rain. It was cold. Came in the house, got up under the fan, and the air conditioner was like 70 in this bitch. And I was sick as it all this morning. Oh my god. I just woke up stuffy. And I've been like blowing my nose non-stop. So I started recording a video for you guys so we can review Love is Blind episode 6 through like 10, just to kind of speed y'all up and kind of, slim down everything before today. That way I can go ahead and review, the last 2 or 3 episodes that are coming out today. But that didn't go as planned because my phone started acting weird as hell. So I wasn't able to record um, as much as I wanted to or nothing. My phone was talking about, oh girl, you ran out of storage. And I'm like, storage? Girl, I don't got nothing in my phone. So I started trying to delete stuff and had to delete everything and boom. Still tried to record, 3 or 4 times, same thing. So I was like, fuck it. Until I get some more subscribers, let me go ahead and pay these couple dollars or whatever so I can go live with y'all or whatever. And so, yeah, I feel crappy as hell. Like my nose, like the way I'm talking, I didn't even like want to record a video when I heard myself this morning because it was just like, oh my God, are they gonna be able to understand what the fuck I'm saying? Oh my God, excuse me. And so this is what I've been doing for the past hour. Excuse me. Ugh. And so, pretty much, with Love Is Blind season 3, episode 6 is basically, just everybody moving in with each other, coming back from vacation, kicking the bobos, getting to know each other's families, and kind to try to figure out how their life would, work and what each other's lives look like and all of the good things and stuff. And, it was some concerns, but I feel like they muddled through them very well. Everything went smooth. The only thing that I can say that I wasn't expecting was like Brennan, Brennan and Alexa to kind of like be still undecided about if they wanted to get married or not. Like that caught me off guard. And um, Cole and Zanae, child, they've been going back and forth so much until I'm like, y'all just be with each other and see how that thing goes. Like, fuck get married, just be together first, and then because it seemed like y'all both are skeptical of something that that you both would love to do. And so the pressure of having to make a decision with it's like, having to meet a certain deadline is probably uh, just eating away at you. So just be together. Say no at the wedding. And just move forward with your life, because we really just want y'all to be happy. We're not gonna be judgmental. We're not gonna be all up in you guys' business, whatever the fuck. We just gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever you decide to do. And I feel like they're going to say yes um, to each other. I feel like they're going to get married. I haven't seen it yet. I'm about to watch it. But I feel like they're going to say yes to each other. I know Alexa probably has some concerns and Brittany has some concerns because they've kind of been like homie, love for friend type energy. And it's like, we don't know what's going to, come out of that. Are they going to get married? Because, I feel like Brendan is kind of jealous. Like I said in the video yesterday, I was like, I feel like Brendan is jealous of Alexa because she has more opportunities and more resources and support than his family actually gives or was able to afford. So, she's more, like prepared and all that. And I feel like in some way deep inside he's really jealous of her because of who she is, but he probably would have married a girl like her either way. You know what I'm saying? It's just, can you humble yourself enough to like get into it? Y'all need to turn the red light on. That's how sick I am. Is it plugged up at this point though? I need to turn the red light on. I guess I really don't need it on because we're not feeling good anyway. So yeah, they look better, I think. Child, but yes, honey. So I don't know if they're going to decide to make it work or not, because Alexa's dad, was kind of telling Brittany that, if you marry her and y'all decide to get divorced for whatever reason, that you guys, will still gotta be connected. Like, in Jewish culture, in the Jewish religion, and whatever the fuck, it's like, that's still your wife. You still got to take care of her, the kids, all of that. So that's something to consider. I think that was something for Brendan really to consider and think about, because he didn't know what the fuck he was getting himself into. Like, of kind of like getting into this Jewish kind of thing. Because I think he said that he decided that he was going to, try to be Jewish or whatever and convert. Sorry, y'all. I know this is weird. Oh, but I gotta try to breathe. My God, today I put on some Vax, like some VapoRub, and I still couldn't breathe with that stuff. So it just was a waste of time, to tell you the truth. Y'all look so sick. But anyway, look how I sound. Oh my God. So yeah, they pretty much have some real tough decisions they have to make, because fast forward, she has her own place. I'm not sure where he lives. Nancy and Martise, on the other hand, girl, this is a whole different story. So basically, Nancy shows Bartise her house, one of her riddle houses, and yeah, he wound up finding out that her ex-boyfriend is co-owner. So that kind of made it like, ugh. And then, she kind of believes that, or she has the feeling, but she kept saying it's a belief, so because she's a pathologist. I think it's a pathologist. She, has certain belief systems when it comes down to children who are deformed and have all these illnesses and stuff. She sparked up a conversation with him and, was just wondering, like, would you be able to, mentally able, to care for that child? And he's like, yes. And she was like, I don't feel like it would be fair. I always see parents that have to suffer and go through all of these hard situations and things. And girl, this shit's crazy as hell. But yeah, what was I saying, child? Yeah, and she believes that no child should have to suffer like that. So moving forward, he was upset about that, and that was kind of like a hard stop for him, or a hard no. And yeah, he treated her some type of way for a little bit, and started ignoring her, didn't find her attractive for a little bit. I mean, it was just a freaking roller coaster. So let's move on to SK and Raven. SK and Raven's relationship I actually like because in some ways it's authentic, even though, you know, Raven is a little superficial, but she owns that and she's trying to work on it. I feel like SK is more feeling like he's having to suffer sexually. He's not getting to really get to know her and, you know, uh, lock her up and lock her down type situation. And she's just not the type to be forced into anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing. But I will say, uh, it's like, oh, he allows her to be her authentic self, and you know, he kind of likes her for being that person, but at the same time, uh, they wound up inviting his mother to come over to meet her and, you know, get a feel and everything, and, you know, she helps the mother cook and everything like that, and everything's going fine, you know, all shits and gizzles. And then it comes down to the serious part of kind of like, what makes you the one for my son? And she's just like, I love SK because he's outgoing, he's driven, he's ambitious, he knows what he wants and what he don't want. Like, she gave him all his props, but at the end of the day, it's like, him and I have grown in such a way that we have, you know, that I ever had in any other relationship. And she said that she appreciated him for that because he challenged her in a way that, and opened her up in a way that nobody has ever done. And even though Raven is mixed and SK is kind of like Nigerian. Sorry, y'all. I know this is so unpleasant. Feeling it and watching it. This is where I am with the whole thing. Like, I cannot breathe. Like, my nose is constantly being, like, congested or whatever. But overall, I feel like, you know, his family liked her for her just being honest. Even though they kind of felt like she was a sham a little bit. But they got over it. And then, two, was like, she expressed that her family wasn't coming to the wedding. So then that was another like, what the fuck? Surprise and shocker. But overall, I feel like, you know, I like them together. Now, even though, remember, SK is supposed to be going, as soon as they get, like 3 months after they're supposed to get married, he's going to California to pursue, like, this whole thing at the time, 2 years, to some type of technical something, and it's all paid for and everything like that. So he won't necessarily be with her. And although he wants her to come, she have her own kind of like establishment where she is in Dallas, Texas. So to ask her to move, it was kind of like, you know, some conversations that needed to be discussed, because she still wanted everything to be, you know, provided and gifted and all of this as far as him taking care of her. But he was going to be full-time enrolled, a full-time student. So, y'all wait. I'm watching Saving Hope Trial. First time I ever seen this show, and I like it. So, boom. Uh, Moving forward, I think, who else we got? I think that's everybody. Oh, Matt and Matt and Colleen, child, they are the exact replica of Cole and Zane. Like, you know, Matt loves Colleen to death, but for some odd reason, she do not like. She don't express it the same. So he kind of feels as if he's being laid on and everything, and she wound up telling him no after, you know, I don't think I'm gonna marry you. And this was before the wedding. I'm sorry, y'all. Again, this was before the wedding, so you know, some things that went on in between. Y'all can watch it. I don't feel like it's worth talking about, but basically, people got called out, aired out for some lies that they told, and yeah, I mean, because Colleen and Cole be doing fucked ass shit, and then they be lying about the shit like they didn't do it, or they don't know what you're talking about, and all this different stuff. And Zane and Matt went off, basically. And, girl, tell me why. Tell me why Nancy gets approached by Andrew, the guy she was dating, one of the guys she was dating in the pods. Girl, this shit is crazy as fuck, bro. They got this lawyer on here that's always trying to file a lawsuit against the hospital because he's a fucking OCD person. And yeah, he look like he's gonna die. He paralyzed. He coming there and all the shit. So boom. Andrew started talking to Nancy motherfucking ass all up in her face, blah, 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 blah. So how has, you know, it been? Oh my God, it's so nice to finally meet you. This is the first time they've seen each other. Mind you, the couples are staying together at this point. Back from vacation, the whole thing. They moved in with each other. And this was when Nancy and Bartiz were going through a little struggle or whatever. And so she just, even though she didn't throw up on him or she didn't like put it all on him, she kind of like still managed to do it gracefully. She was just, because he asked her like, how's, you know, dating life been, you know, how have you been? And she told his ass. You could tell like he wanted to be with her in a certain way, but at the same time, I don't know. It's like, man, I wish I had dated you. Like, that's how Andrew was treating Nancy. We talking about Love is Blind. Hey, y'all. We talking about Love is Blind or whatever. And, you know, how, you know, episode 6 through episode 10. I'm trying to go ahead and wrap this junk up. But I'm sick and everything. And I keep snotting and all this shit. So, I tried to do a video yesterday. My phone was not happening. It was just like, no. And out for being in the rain. I was in the rain, going to tote this here and there, and boom. Next day, my throat started itching, goes into a whole thing. I wake up today, I'm just stopped up and congested. Nose is just running and blah, blah, blah. And so I got a whole bag of tissue paper. Tissue. It's terrible. But anyways, back to the story. And so Bartiz wound up coming to the garage and was like, girl, what you doing? Do I need to be concerned? What's going on? So I guess he called himself checking her or whatever the fuck. So they both explained they was just talking and catching up since they had not seen each other outside of the pods and everything like that. Moving forward, we're gonna skip down to episode 10. Okay, because I can go on and on. But really everybody just kept going through the same thing. Like they just kept rehashing the same thing over and over. Do you really want to be here? Is this something that you really want to do? Like why you act like this? Or I want to get to know more about you. Like the same shit over and over conversations. And you know, like I said before, SK, when it was time to get married, he was just like, no. And you can tell that his mama was like happy, but she was trying to like act surprised. Like she was like, yes. Ooh. I said, oh my God, mama, you're not supposed to do that at the man wedding. But the reason why he said no is because he didn't want to make her feel trapped. Like, I'm going to California to pursue, you know, finishing my education. And you going to be in Texas. You have your establishment, your business here in Texas. And I don't want, you know what I'm saying, all of this pressure and all of this strain because you want me to fully take care of you the whole time. And she cried like she was surprised Raven did. I think for her, it was more like, I think you telling me no because you don't like me or you don't love me. And I do feel like he could have told her a different way. Who's to say that he didn't? But tell her before they got to the altar type situation. But I don't know. I thought that. I was like, maybe, you know, he told her and just didn't want to tell the family. He wanted to address everybody at once or whatever the fuck, since they was being so judgmental. And that was it basically, because they didn't show nobody else wedding, and you had to wait a whole week before you get the rest of the weddings. So we'll see. I'm gonna watch it when I get off live with y'all, but I just had to come on and be like, y'all, I was gonna record a video today. Y'all might not get, you know, the video. And then I was just like, I could just go live. I'm just gonna have to pay their little buddies and just go live. So here I am. And so I get my subscribers up, y'all, and then I can go live for free. Cause it be a struggle trying to get the subscribers up. So if this is your first time watching me, please leave a comment and, you know, hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos. I'm sorry for not being well as I could be and giving the most applicable like presents right now, but y'all, I just said to be like, hey, at least, and then we just got to talking, girl. Let me go ahead and get this out there in the open so I don't have to do this video. Then the next video I do, hopefully I'll be well. If I won't, then I won't record a video. I'll just come live and tell y'all, and we'll just go back and forth. We'll talk around. But yeah, so other than that, I'm just gonna rest and relax. I'm not hungry. I don't feel like nauseous or anything. I'm just kind of very congested, so I'm just gonna blow my nose and smoke a cigarette and watch Shame and Hope, and then watch Love Is Blind, and we'll go from there. But that's all I wanted to come on here and say to y'all. And yeah, thank you for tuning in and you know, being here. So